there, job seeker. TE services will cease to exist at the end of this year, and all these employment services will be provided by municipalities starting on January 2025. What does this mean? What do you need to remember? What do you need to take into account? Let's discuss about this on TE Live. Welcome to Watch TE Live, and please note that this concerns the region of Uusimaa. So on 1st of March 2023, our House of Parliament here in Finland accepted this new law that TE services will be transferred completely to municipalities. So starting right there at the beginning of January, all the TE services will be provided fully by the municipalities. Now, according to the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Employment, this will give the chance to serve the job seekers better by giving the more targeted services, as all those employment services and municipal education services and economic services are all under the same organizer. So it will kind of give the possibility to give more targeted service, and it will provide better employment situation. So we had the same information that we're talking today. We had it in Finnish last week. So in case if your Finnish is better than your English, you're also very welcome to watch the recording of the last week's episode. So you will find a link to the recording there on the chat in case if you want to have this information on Finnish. But otherwise, welcome to watch the broadcast. Okay, and now we have here in the studio Suvi from the city of Vantaa and Mikko from TE Services. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
So we're talking now about quite a big change in the history of employment services of Finland. What do you think about this change?
I think it has a lot of potential for the client to bring the services closer, and also the information transmission between different sectors. So I think it has a very good potential.
Yeah.
It is a big change, but I also agree with Mikko that there is a lot of potential, and I think we are excited in the municipalities to expand on our services and develop them further. So I think it's a very good chance to do something differently.
Yes, and what do you think about this, that because during this change they have been talking a lot about this targeted services, that it's kind of like obviously municipalities are more able to look into the situation of the job seeker better, as in a unique way.
I think we have a very good approach on the whole local labor market. So we understand our company's needs, our clients' needs. We can combine, for example, different education methods, language skill courses, short training courses with employment by a local employer, for example. So I think there's a chance to mix and match a little bit more and maybe do a little more customized services and then combinations that haven't done before.
Yes, yes. Okay, so it has been estimated that with this new law and this new change, this will improve the employment situation somewhere between 7,000 to 10,000 more employed people. So when you think about this change in that way, that actually there is also this economic thing behind there, as in a basis that municipalities will also pay some of the social benefits related to this, job seekers benefits. So as this change, with this change, will the law still be the same about the social benefits?
Yeah, pretty much. So there is no worry about that. So yeah, the unemployment benefit will stay the same.
Yeah. And so it doesn't have any impact on how they give these decisions about if someone is entitled to have the social benefit or
No,
not.
just the organization will change. That previously it has been given either by the TE services or local municipality or local employment services, but now it will be just your local municipal employment services that will give the decision.
Exactly, as Mikko said, the parliament is still the lawmaker, so we in the municipalities will obey exactly the same laws, and the benefit process will be the same.
And so what about the integration law that we call here the kotoutumislaki? So is there any changes on that?
There are some changes. So, currently the integration period is 3 years, but starting from January next year, it will be reduced to 2 years. But the aim is kind of to integrate faster or more efficiently, and also the integration will start to include other people that it hasn't included before. So, if you're not in the workforce or in some other situation, but but also the integration will be now handled by municipalities.
Yeah, and I think there will also be many new services such as the civic orientation course, multilingual advice, and we will be probably a little bit better equipped to also do the integration process in the municipalities after this transfer is complete. So I think we're quite happy to have the employment services and the integration services together.
Yeah, okay. So let's look at a little bit this map here. We'll put it on the screen. And so what appears here behind us is also now on the screen for the viewers. And apologizes, this is now only in Finnish. But there on the map you can see these areas and it's quite colorful there. So how does a job seeker now know where to seek for services?
Well, where you are as a client is determined by the municipality you reside in. So in that sense, it's very good to keep an eye on the website of your own municipality, social media, obviously, and there are multiple information desks at the municipalities where you can also get advice on how to become a job seeker. So,
yeah.
And if you don't have a official address in Finland, you're just working here for a fixed period of time, then it's the services are provided by the municipality where you handle your business normally. So
yeah, and where your address is.
Yeah,
and
yes, and also where your address is.
Yeah, there
you
you
have an
will
address,
get the services. Will all the data that they currently have there, as in if they're registered as a job seekers in TE services, will the data be automatically transferred?
Yes, the information system will stay the same, so no worries about that.
and let's not forget about Työmarkkinatori, which you can also use in the future. Normally, we will continue to use it in the municipalities as well.
Yeah. What about? Can you say one more time what you said about those who are not, who don't have address currently,
yes.
official address?
Yeah. So if you don't have an official address in Finland or official residence in any municipality, then you get the services in the municipality where kind of you handle your business normally. So kind of where you're staying at that moment.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So how about the contact information of all these areas? Does a job seeker need to go to the website of all these areas, or how do they find all the contact information?
This Työmarkkinatori Job Market Finland is a good source for information. It has links to the local municipalities or local employment services, and also if you log in to your own e-services, then you can leave a contact request, and the right municipality will contact you.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the access to Työmarkkinatori, then you can obviously approach your local municipality and their information desk, and they will give the advice on where to find your experts.
Yeah, that's really good to know. Okay, so the law says that there also has to be possibility for face-to-face service in case if somebody's because of language skills or any other reason why someone would need more support on job seeking. So does all these employment areas also offer face-to-face services?
Yes, I think all municipalities and employment areas will do that. Obviously, it depends on the needs of the client. So not everyone needs always face-to-face contact. Phone, email is fine as well for some, but especially those groups that you mentioned, youth, migrants who have newly arrived, they will need more face-to-face contact for sure.
Yeah. Sure. What if there is some process that has already been started here in TE services with the specialist, and if that process is still there, like between when the year changes?
Well, we aim to keep it like uninterrupted. Specialist might change in some cases, but like we try to keep the processes ongoing despite the change.
And we're still using the same system for our clients, so information is transferred to the municipalities as well, so the processes can go on.
Yeah. And how about the website Työmarkkinatori? Is it going to be similar even after the change?
Yes, it's probably going to be developed further, but it's going to be used in municipalities as well.
Yeah, and how about if somebody's unemployment starts just before Christmas?
Well, it's good to kind of like register as a job seeker like on time, preferably just before you become unemployed or on the day that you become unemployed, and keep us posted about all the changes in your situation.
And can these services be expected to get crowded during the year change?
Probably yes, because I think the employment services are always crowded at the end of the year. But we will obviously try to prioritize registrations and the unemployment benefit processes and all urgent matters. So we will keep our clients informed if there are any issues or delays.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Is there going to be delays on process of getting the decision if you're entitled to the benefits?
Yeah, there might be a small delay, but we will try to work efficiently despite the changes. And the Job Market Finland will be kind of like offline for a couple of days just before the end of the year. But like still, if you want to register as a job seeker, we will offer the service as on a paper formula. You can still do that.
Yeah, that's also possible.
But
always to do it with this old-fashioned way.
Yes, but like we will notify about like the Työmarkkinatori, Job Market Finland going offline on our website. So it's
So how about this, what we call here in Finland, palkkatuki, so this subsidy for employer, can these services still be provided?
Yes, they will be provided. They are in the legislation, so to speak, so yes, they will continue to be provided.
Yes, it will remain the same.
And we already talked a little bit about this special assistance on job seeking, but if we go there one more time, like if someone has like illness or something that, or maybe doesn't exactly know what kind of career to develop, so one would need, for example, a psychology for this job searching process and all that. Can those be provided by municipalities?
Yes, they will be. The psychologists will also transfer to municipalities, and we will have career and education counseling, I think, in all municipalities. So these processes will also continue.
Yeah, that's good to know. Okay. Now let's look at the chat questions that you have sent. Okay, and so here we have we had some pre-sent questions, and I believe they have been answered already. But then there was someone with nickname Truck. Do I need to take any actions, or my information goes automatically to municipality? I'm moving soon from Vantaa to Espoo.
Well, if you are moving before the end of the year, it might be good to actually visit the office in Espoo when you have moved. But if it happens after the 1st of January, I think the information should go automatically because we are using the same system and we are transferring all the clientele anyway to municipalities.
Yeah, and then Anna is asking, I'm waiting to start the integration course already. Did the language assessment test as well? Will that be affected by this change?
The integration courses are ongoing, so there shouldn't be any delay in those. And also those initial assessment tests, they are still ongoing, yeah.
And Rahman is asking, what kind of potential does this have? Can you please explain?
If you mean the potential of this change in organization, well, if I think of from the perspective of the municipality, I think we have lots of services that have not been fully used until now. So we can, as an organizer, we have the education services, we have business services, we have employment services, integration services, all in the same organization. So obviously the transfer of knowledge and what we can do for clients is a lot easier. So I think there lies the potential also for faster employment.
Yeah, and Quentin is also asking, will our registration as job seekers be transferred automatically to the municipalities? So yeah, the data will be automatically transferred.
It will be.
And you don't have to register again. And so someone is waiting for the integration course, and oh yeah, this we had already. But what happens if I'm not invited for the... yeah, she's wondering if she's not invited for the language course this year, and next year the limit drops to 2 years.
If the integration plan has been drafted this year, it doesn't change. So if you have been... if you have made the first integration plan before the change of the year, the limit will stay the same. But like if the first one is drafted in January or afterwards, then it will be 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's mainly for new clients,
Yes.
basically, who start their integration period in January.
And Jay is asking, can we hear more about the integration process? And can we now include people who weren't able to participate in the integration service?
Well, to some extent it includes more people, so you don't have to be like a job seeker necessarily, but it still has to be done within some years of your first residence permit or arrival to Finland.
And I think we in municipalities are going to work on how to better provide the information about the integration period, because I know that there have been cases that people have not been aware that they are eligible for this time period. So that is something that we are definitely going to work on.
Yeah, sure. Thank you all for your questions. We will still take a look at this a little bit after the end of the broadcast. Okay, and so now one more last question. Can you just put it shortly? What does one need to remember before the year changes?
Keep us posted about any changes in your situation, and if you need to register as a job seeker, do it on time and be patient at the beginning of the next year. There might be a little delay, and yeah, mainly that.
And do not worry, we are doing very good collaboration with the TE services and municipalities, and we're very much trying to make this transfer as smooth as possible for our clients and our employees. So everything is going to work out.
Yeah, and the information will be transferred automatically, so you
Yes.
don't have to do anything yourself.
That's good to know. Thank you for visiting our broadcast today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for joining TE Live today. And you will find some important links on the chat. Please take a look at those if you need any more information. And when it comes to TE Live will cease here in Uusimaa region, at least for now, and it will we will do the last broadcasts just before the Christmas. But even after the end of this year, you can still go and watch the old broadcasts on YouTube with username Uudenmaan TE-palvelut, and you can still get to know these lovely companies and those who organize recruiting trainings. And even if the jobs and trainings would not be available anymore that are mentioned on these old broadcasts, it's still a good way to get to know new companies, and maybe you can always contact them and ask if they have anything else there. And so our next broadcast will be next week on Thursday at 1 p.m. and it will be about Education Center Varia in Vantaa. So I hope to see you online there again. And thank you for watching TE Live today. Have a good day.